Hello and welcome to card number 4 of our October card making class. And as always, when you pull out your items from the envelope, make sure to be careful because this one has these little sequences in there and a bow, and so you don't lose any of the parts. So this is the card finished. It has a little Merry Christmas on the inside. And let's get started. So you're pulling everything out. See, there goes one. And yes, I decided to move the branch a little bit up. This one here, it got a little bit in the way, but it still works. So, you know, this should be the one, how it should look like. Okay, and the first thing we want to do is, this is stamped on gray, and the cardstock is called Pebble. And it's a very, very light gray. So all I do is I take a little sponge and my gray ink and just go over the edges a little bit. If you have ordered the set from me and got it at home, this should be done for you because naturally you don't have the color at home. But you can do this with any colors you have, and the reason why I'm using a sponge is the sponge just makes it a nice soft edge, while when you use your ink pad along the edges, which you can do, but it gives you a really harsh edge, and I'm not a big fan of those harsh edges, number one, and number two, it's always messy looking to me. So I like to use my sponge, and then if I want to get more, I just go over the sides that I think need a little bit more and just add more color to it. That's fine too. I think you can see a little bit where it is at here at the edge. Let's do the corners a little bit more up here. And I think this is fine. So this is all you do sponge wise, a little bit color. All right, now this is one of our sapphire, I think it's sapphire or Pacific, one of the other color, blue colors, and I use an old stamp set. It's a background stamp with sheet music on it, and I just stamped it again with pigment ink and let it dry. Important, because otherwise it's just a little messy. Okay, here we go. This one goes in the center of your card base. Make sure the card base is the right way. Leave a little even space around it, and we're good to go. Now for these delicate little bells, they go on top here. This is so delicate, you don't really need a lot of adhesive, and if you happen to have one of these tools, use it, adhesive. If you don't, what you could do is use your liquid adhesive, put a little bit on a piece of plastic, take a toothpick and just dip it in and use that as a tool to add more adhesive to your piece. And this one, I think I have to clean this one here. To make sure there's adhesive coming out here. That's why you always have two things. Take this one here, that should work. And this is a very delicate little die, which I love, but it is really a lot both don't want to work. Plan B. I usually go around the edges and then just a little bit in the middle part here. I'm not going down into all the details. Like I said, it's not necessary. And replace this one out here. And then we do the same thing with the second bell. A little bit on the outside, a little bit here on the inside, and that should be good. And they are mine are overlapping a little bit, so about here. And then we take a little bow. So to adhere the bow, you can use liquid adhesive. I prefer glue dots. They're just easier to handle. And what I do is I put a glue dot right here on this bow part and on this side. And that stretches them out and keeps them in place, and I don't have to worry. So I usually dip mine directly onto the paper. There's one glue dot. Let's get the other wing. So there are two glue dots. And then I just take the two wings and place them, spread them out, put them down, and my bow is done. Okay, and while we're at it, I need 3 glue dots for my sequins. And that is another thing I buy, usually the small glue dots or the tiny ones, because if I need a bigger one, I just use 2 or 3. But most of the time you have to use the small or the itty bitty ones, so keep that in mind when you go shopping for some glue dots. To rather go small in this case. Yes, you can cut them, but it's never easy to cut them, and this is so much easier. Okay, here we go. So all that's left is to pop a few more spacers on here, and I always start at my corners, then I fill in the sides with one. And in this case, I'm gonna do a couple in the middle here too. So it doesn't bend in the middle. And then this whole piece goes in the middle here. And this is our last card from the set. For the inside, I use the regular pencil, and you can do little straight lines, dots. You can do faux stitching if you want to. I just went around like this. Oops, that's okay, because I did a second line that was offsetting the first one a little bit. So if it is a bit off, it's meant to be that way. Okay. And there you have it. These are our Christmas cards for October. I hope you enjoyed the process. For my peeps that joined the class that are doing that at home, I hope you finish them. And if you have questions, please let me know. And if you like to try one of these sets, you can order them. Just contact me. Otherwise, I will see the majority of you next month for a card making class. And again, there's going to be another 4 Christmas cards. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.